welcome back guys to the local report. Today we have GP Luffy on Bugy. Joining me as well today will be Vince. Say hi, Vince.
Hey guys, regular commentator here.
Regular commentator. It's like his full-time job now, guys.
Shoot.
Anyway, who do you think is favoring this matchup? GP or Luffy? Bugy here.
First gut reaction, I would say just the fact that Giant exists. I would always say GP. The decks that can run Giant always, I think, are favored in any matchup that you can possibly play them in. Just for the fact that Giant is just Rad Beam with extra advantage piled onto it for reasons, I guess, that Bandai was like, yep.
You think Giant gonna get banned next week?
Shoot, probably. Honestly, it's either gonna be banned or limited. One of these weekends coming up soon. We're gonna see what the new meta is gonna be with all the deck changes that are gonna probably have me going on here.
Yeah, me and my homie hates purple. Right?
I mean,
right?
that's crazy.
Right?
The UP Luffy deck that I have would maybe beg to differ.
Nah. UP more like poopy, PP poo poo.
Anyway, well, that's what I think when I look at a hand of bricks. I'm like, oh, I'm dead.
Anyway, we're gonna start off with the GP Luffy going first, going stage here, +1, draw 1. I mean, and then we see the Nami in hand. What is the key matchup card in this matchup for Bugy and GP Luffy here, Vince? Or what do you think?
I think for Bugy's side, he's just trying to get as many 5 costs out so he can land that 10 cost Bugy. That card is such. Oh, there it is. That card is just really good when you can get it onto the board. Basically puts out 12k body, bomb decks something on your opponent's side of the field. For the GP side, I think having stage is pretty big because they do run cards that bomb deck, like Rat Blade, and being able to make your Spuds, your Sanji and Puddings into 7 costs is pretty important. And there's also the Secret Luffy. That thing, the 6 cost Secret Luffy, I think is still just an incredibly powerful card.
I think the 6 cost Secret Luffy is always going to be everybody Boogie, man. If you not play well enough with it or around it, you might just die out of nowhere at 1 or 2 life.
That's happened to me. So I was like, oh, I'm safe. I still have 1 life in the blocker, and nope, here comes Secret Luffy to kick my door in.
Yeah, I think if people are not being careful or playing around Secret Luffy, you're definitely gonna get hard punished here. You think as a GP here, do you think you would ever starve the Bugy?
I think that's a pretty good strategy. Bugy loves to unfortunately grief its own hand with its leader effect. So they do go down on cards a lot, and the fact that you're like forcing them to pay the cost of discarding a card to put out that body means that they're gonna go down pretty quick. So while you're building your hand as a GP Luffy with all your searches and getting as many cards and counters from your deck, the Bugy's essentially, unfortunately, having to give its own resources to put the bodies out quicker.
Man, but like starving the Bugy though, it's so weird because like the moment if your opponent show you they have a 10 cost Bugy there, like it's kind of just down to the races, no?
Yeah, I agree with you on that point because, like I said, it is one of the cards I said was like a game changer for this matchup. It is the 10 cost Bugy because it does give you that. Because
GP Luffy cannot fight back against the 10 drop.
Yeah,
I think 10 drop just clear everything that GP play. Just as in like the UP matchup, right? You're trying to rush them down early, just so that they cannot play their, or if they choose to play the big monster, they might just die because of it, you know.
Oh, something I noticed too is the GP Luffy took first, so kept Bugy off of the 5 Dawn turn play there. I
think Bugy is nowadays with their build, they are very flexible whether going first or going second. But I do agree that it did take Bugy off of the 5 Dawn curve where they can't do lead effect on 5. However, I don't think it matters enough because things like these can happen, right? Where the Bugy can just swing 5, play a searcher on 6, and it still do lead effect anyway. That way they basically kind of go neutral in hand while they're searching for the pieces they need. Whereas the GP Luffy, I can see that he's kind of being greedy a little bit there, just taking the 5. If the Bugy were to have like a pudding next turn or something, similar. No, actually not something similar. If Bugy have Pudding next turn, the GP will get punished 100% of the time, every time.
I hate that card. Croc and Mihawk gets a lot of value against a lot of decks.
I would just drop the Bugy Pudding right here, just for the fact that if I have a Pudding in hand, I would have Pudding right here, because I know the GP next turn they're gonna go Luffy Taro into a Sanji and Pudding, and if I can Pudding away their entire hand right here, I will be in a very good spot as well.
I know we played the Zoro. What are your thoughts on them playing instead? I know we searched twice. I know they had this. Yeah, I know they had this Spud in hand. What do you think about playing the Spud there instead?
Playing the Spud there instead would be fun because on 6th on turn, they cannot Graph Blade. Yeah, they cannot Graph Blade you. The best they can do is Red Rock. And if they Red Rock your Sanji Pudding, you're okay with it because they basically essentially use that whole entire turn just to clear one body. And you're very happy with that as well.
Then right here too, you would get the double ramp back. So you got four Dons standing right now too.
Yeah. But again, I think the Zoro was the one that searches out the Luffy Taro.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's
oh, I missed that then, but my bad. Using both onto Zoro though to make it a 6 cost.
I don't think this is correct play there for that, just because that 6 or not, you will get return punished with a Gravity Blade right here, bottom deck, both the Zoro and the Sanji Pudding, whereas if you stage here on the Sanji Pudding, you do not get Graph Blade off of life nor from hand. So I think that is an obvious misplay there to put a +2 cost onto the Zoro, whereas putting an extra 2 cost on the Sanji Pudding instead there would save him a lot of time without thinking. And he just flashes. We have other Sanji Pudding in hand and 2 Secret Luffy. He's in a good spot, but again, like I said before, a Sanji Pudding here, a Pudding off of Bugy player hand here will completely ruin his game plan if there is a Pudding in hand.
Grab Blade from life too. I mean, we saw round 1. Like, Grab Blade from life can change a whole bunch of things.
Yes.
And the fact that we didn't boost the Spud there, we could have just lost it there.
Yeah. So again, it's come down to multiple number of things that you have to play around against, especially a blue deck. You have to play against around Graph Blade. You need to play against. Actually, mostly it's just Graph Blade because you're okay with the blue player usually playing Red Rocks because Red Rocks demand a lot, and off of life they can only bottom deck 4 costs where all your boards are 5 and 7. The only thing that would bottom deck is Zoro, and you don't care if he bottom deck the Zoro anyway. If he is already swinging in, that means he already got his value off the swing, so there's no need for him to do anything on top of that.
It's around 8 Dawn right now as Bugy.
As a Bugy player, I think I just saw him draw into another Croc and Mihawk. If he able to just raw play Croc and Mihawks here, instead of using lead effect, he able to set up a Bugy turn next turn and keeping your hand size healthy as well. Again, as a Bugy player, you never really want to lead effects almost every turn. You want to keep a hand size decent amount. If you can play things out just to set up, just so you can set up board, I think it's very fair to do so. So we can
up to Zoro. He's gonna use leader effect to play it out.
You get lead effects that play out as Croc and Mihawk, draw 2, trash 1, and a payout of 4 cost per man. Again, like I said, if he able to keep a hand size healthy here, whereas instead of leading effect, he can just straight up just play out the Croc and Mihawk from hand, or even the Sanji, or even the Mihawk, the 6 cost blocker Mihawk that he pitched with the Croc and Mihawk there instead. Just raw play without lead effects there, I think it would have been like 10 times better, just so that you had the card advantage. And here comes the second Sanji Pudding coming out. Again, Sanji Pudding draw a card because he had less Dawn than him. So
free leader effect now.
pretty much. The Sanji Pudding is such a good card, but again, GP Luffy live and die by the Sanji Pudding, right?
Yep.
So now he putting the Merry-Go effects on the Sanji Pudding, plus 2k, or plus 2 costs to the Sanji Pudding. There, that one that he play out, I think that is correct. I wouldn't necessarily slam down the Zoro now. Again, just in case another freak incident like a Red Rock off of life, right? He can just put away that Zoro because now you have no way to protect it. Whereas I would have played it after I finished my swing, i.e. like let's say I swing 7 with Sanji Pudding, 7 with Lee, and then 8 with Luffy Taro, then I play out the Zoro, right? So that way I ensure the Zoro stay on board before it get bottom deck by a Red Rock from life. And he grabbing another
second giant
here.
So we're swinging 7, I think life.
Swinging 7 at life. We're gonna take that and another 7 here.
So he did use the Merry-Go on the Spud he just played to protect it.
It protected, but again, like I said before, it does not protect the Zoro here. And then I think instead of the 8 there, well, it should have been 9 anyway. But again, he gonna give you the blocker there, regardless. So it was good. But you don't really need the 1 Dawn there because you're not dying anytime soon. I think if I was the Bugy player, Pudding, if I top deck a Pudding, if I have Pudding in hand right here, it'll go so hard, man. But
he has like 10 cards.
Yeah, 10 cards in hand. Put that down to 5 and just start clearing board,
just
chipping away
casually
at
a
board.
fifth of the deck.
Just chipping away at board here. I would have either chip away at board after Pudding.
There it is. There's a Pudding right there. I see it.
We see the Pudding. I think he got that off of life, I believe. If that was in that position there.
We have 2 Croc Mihawks. There's always a chance.
If Pudding there, make the GP punish him for keeping such a greedy hand size with multiple giant in hand. Because you know that he have multiple giant in hand at this point. There's no way.
The giant too.
Yeah, he searched up 2 giant. There's no way that you should let him get away with this. I think I'll just slam out the Pudding right here and just start asking card out of hand, swinging into life.
I mean, going down to 5 cards in the GP deck is no joke too, because usually most of them only run like 8 2Ks, so yeah. 7s are demanding those 2Ks into the 6 cost leader or 6,000 power leader. Again, and we do not have a blocker either.
Yeah, and GP with no blocker, 1 Dawn open. If they drew into old bricks, that's GG. That's game over. So now we are leading effects, pitching away the 7 cost Bugy for a
bootlicker Bugy.
Bootlicker Bugy for a 10 cost Bugy here, and then we are going to
Spud
tap
number 1
5,
is gone.
and we're gonna do it again. We're gonna lead effect into a second one. I don't agree with this play. Again, I think Pudding there was your best bet because at this point GP Luffy have so many cards in hand. You know that he have multiple giant in hand, at least 2 off of the searches. It's just so hard for him to come back, or for the Bugy to even like compete.
Oh, we got 9 Dawn too.
We got 9 Dawns.
The Boogeyman's in hand
with the secret Luffy, the Boogeyman. It's not looking good for the Bugy at this point, right? But again, you need to punish a GP player whenever you can, because they most of the time, the worst card or the best card in this case to play against that deck would be Pudding. Every GP player should feel and be threatened by Pudding, no matter at what point.
I feel like every deck's threatened by Pudding, to be honest.
So again, it's
put your hand back, draw 5. Good luck.
Yeah. So now on the 7K swing, the Bugy has to give out 3 cards, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, that would be game here.
With all those 1Ks, yep.
Yeah, because
that's so rough.
it's a signal to the GP Luffy that he can go for a game. And here it just double 9k swing plus 6. With 1 card, 2 cards in hand, he would not be able to defend it. And that's game, ladies and gentlemen.
GG.
Punished, but rewarded. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.